Hi, welcome to another edition of Eating Sharp with Lynn Sharp. Today I'm going to show you videos about persimmons, and I'm very lucky to have a persimmon tree to my disposal so I can get as many persimmons as I want. We're going to do 3 featured videos today, and one of the first videos is going to be persimmon pudding. It takes about 2.5 hours on the stove, but let me tell you, once you pull this out of the mold, it is going to dazzle your family and friends. So stay tuned for that. You want to look on my website, though, to see all my videos, that one as well. The next video I'm going to do today is persimmon pie. That too, you'll want to check on the website to get all the recipe details and all that kind of stuff. And the last video we're going to do is persimmon cheesecake. So stay tuned. I'll get set up for the persimmon cheesecake, and we'll get this pulled together, and I'll show you how to make this all come together for your family and friends. Hi, welcome back. I've got everything ready for the cheesecake. And if you've noticed in my other videos or listened in my other videos, when you do something with a cream cheese, you want to let that sit out for about 1 hour to 2 hours before you start mixing it. And I like to mix it up a little bit. It helps break it up some. So let's get right into the cheesecake. So I've got 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese. Now you can use any brand of cream cheese you want. It won't really matter. And what we're going to do, we're going to add 6 eggs to this, and we're going to blend this so that the eggs get blended really well with the cream cheese. It'll take a minute. Take your time, blend it through. You might have to stop for a second and scrape down the edges. That's okay. Get all that cream cheese off the edges so that it'll mix in with the eggs. Okay. Persimmons are so underrated. They are such a great fruit. They're one of the winter fruits because all the leaves drop off the tree, and you have left is the persimmons hanging from the tree. It is truly a winter fruit. Alright, that looks wonderful. Okay, also to this I'm going to add 1 can of sweetened condensed milk. The reason I use sweetened condensed milk instead of evaporated milk and sugar is because all that sugar seems to sink to the bottom of the cream cheese, or excuse me, the cheesecake or the pie, and it just doesn't turn out very well. So I like the sweetened condensed milk. Let's go ahead and add 1 can in. Before you mix this in, you can also add 3/4 cup of sour cream. This is going to bring a nice tart, rich flavor to the persimmon cheesecake. Now also we're going to add some sour cream on top of the cheesecake just the last 10-20 minutes of baking, but I'll get to that when the time comes. Also, you want to add your spice. Now you can mix your spice up any way you like it. You can add more or less, or you can add some other spices that you might like as well. I have in here is 1/4 teaspoon of cinnamon and 1/2 teaspoon of ginger. Just toss that right in. Now I'm going to go ahead and mix this together, just so my spice gets all through the cream cheese. Take a minute, take your time. It's actually going to be a very subtle spice with the 2 that I added. Then you're going to add 2 cups of the persimmon pulp. And if you're like me, you like to do some shortcuts and get it done quick. So what I did is I put the persimmons in, they were almost ripe, and I put them in the freezer overnight, and then I started to thaw them, and the peel comes off really, really easy with this. Make sure you do de-seed them though before you add it in. So 2 cups of the pulp, and this is a huge pot of mix, and hopefully I can mix it without it going all over the stove here. Just mix it slow. Get it started in there. You might have a few chunks of persimmons. That's okay, because they will cook down in the cheesecake. While I finish mixing this and get ready to show you how to do the crust, you guys take a break and I'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. What I've done on the break is I took one package of graham crackers and I put them into this gallon bag and I crushed them with my hands, and then I rolled the rolling pin over it. I remember growing up, my mom used to put this out under the car tire and would roll over it with the car tire, but times have changed and we're doing it with a rolling pin. Okay, so to the graham crackers, you'll want to add, I've got about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of brown sugar. That'll sweeten up your crust a little bit. And you also want to do about 2 to 3 tablespoons of butter. Just mix those in and then seal the bag again, and then you just want to mix it like this. It'll take a minute for you to get all the butter and the brown sugar all mixed in there. Might want to let out a little air like that. Ooh, it smells good. Brown sugar, graham crackers, and butter. New dessert. Alright, so we'll mix that in there. You'll be able to tell from the texture that it's all mixed together. Okay, there we go. And then you just want to go ahead and pour it right into your pan, your springform pan. This will cover the bottom of your pan. It probably won't go up onto the sides very much, but that's okay. Then you'll take a spoon. Take your spoon and go ahead and just mash it down. Putting it all the way into the side. You'll want to get it even. And you'll want to push down pretty firm on it, so that it makes a nice solid crust on the bottom of your cheesecake. Some people do go ahead and use their hands, and that's okay. You can really feel the depth of the crust using your hands. Okay? So I'll finish this up, and I'll get it ready for the filling. So take a break, we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. I've got everything set up. Now remember, we pushed that crust down into the bottom of the springform pan, and I want you to see that it is really firm down in there. When that bakes, the sugar and the butter and the brown sugar are going to come together and really make that a great crust for your persimmon cheesecake. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and pour the persimmon filling in. You can see it's a little chunky, and we don't want to go over the edge. We just want to fill it up to the edge. I'm going to have a little bit of extra here, and that's fine, because I can make little individual cheesecakes in muffin pans. I can put a little of the brown sugar and the graham cracker and butter into the bottom of the cupcake holder and put the rest of that in there and bake it as well. So you've got your oven set at 325, and you're going to bake it for about an hour. I guess I should open the oven first. I've had other stuff in here. We just got done with the persimmon pie, and if you didn't get to see that, go ahead and check the website. It will be on the website here in the next day or two, and you can see how to make that persimmon pie. So while that's in the oven for the hour, we're going to make a nice sour cream topping that we're going to put on the cheesecake the last 10 to 15 minutes of it baking. And what that consists of is 1.25 cups of sour cream. And I have that here in my sour cream container. You can mix it right in here. You don't have to have a special bowl. You're going to add to that 3 tablespoons of sugar, a little bit of lemon juice. The reason I like the lemon juice is it brings that other fresh element. Lemons are very fresh, so I've got about a teaspoon of lemon juice, and I squoze that earlier on the pie recipe for the persimmons, and a teaspoon of vanilla. You just want to go ahead and mix this up while the cheesecake is baking. It'll thin down. You can use a wire whisk, or you can just use a spoon. It doesn't matter what you use to mix it, just get it all mixed in. Now make sure you don't put this back in the fridge and forget that it's your topping, because once you go to put this on your burritos or something, it's going to taste a little sweet and not what you're expecting. Just go ahead and let that sit to the side. Again, the cheesecake's in a 325 degree oven for about an hour. Then we're going to pull it out, we're going to put the topping on, and put it back in the oven for additional 10 to 15, maybe even 20 minutes. We'll just have to see how it's baking. In the meantime, you can go ahead and check out my website for all my other videos. I've got videos on there about what to do with leftovers and a lot of other desserts and holiday goodies. So take a look at that, and we'll be right back when the cheesecake is ready to come out of the oven, and we'll put the topping on. So until then, have a great day, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. The cheesecake has been in for a good hour, and we're ready to put the sweet sour cream topping onto it. So let's pull it out and let's get it on there. Wow, that looks really, really good. Look at that baby. It will shrink a little bit as you do this. That's okay, because it's going to shrink anyway. So I'm just going to go ahead and start putting this on. You can see it's still a little jiggly in the center. That's okay. Go ahead and just put your sour cream, sweet sour cream, right on here. And you want to just go in a circle like this to get it all the way out to the edge. Go ahead and get it all on there, because it's going to firm up in the oven when you put it back in. Now you're going to put it back in for another additional 10 to 15 minutes. Just like that. Let's put her back in the oven. It smells wonderful. There we go, like that. Another 10 to 15 minutes at 325, and that baby will be ready to pull out. Now when you pull that out, well, I'll tell you that when you get back. So take a break, and we'll be right back. Alright, welcome back. We've got the topping on the cheesecake, and it's been in for additional 10 to 15 minutes. It's ready to pull out. Let's take it out and see how it looks. Ooh, buddy, that looks good. You can see how it's gelled up just a little bit on the top there. That's just perfect, just how we want it. Pull that out, put it on the cooling rack. So there you have it. This is your persimmon cheesecake with the sour cream topping. Now you want to let this rest for a good hour before you put it into the fridge, and it will deflate. Don't freak out about that, because that's the way cheesecakes are. So make sure you watch my website for all my new and exciting videos that are there, and get all the recipes. You can ask me questions. I'll respond to you not only through email, but I'll respond on my upcoming videos as well. So until next time, this is Lynn Sharp with Eating Sharp, and have a very Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.